Welcome to Kissimmee St. Cloud for round 2 of our P1 SuperStock Championship. Back a few weeks in Tavares, the season kicked off with our usual frantic action from our P1 Panthers.
Well, the season began with a blistering pace as the fleet took to the waters of Lake Dora in Tavares. The Panther battle was action-packed as ever. The new teams didn't disappoint, and the veterans were in top form. After a weekend of tight racing, the overall top podium position ended up going to Team Barbados.
So it's business as usual for the 2015 champions Team Barbados taking the overall win. Charlie Parsons-Young and James Norville started this year the same way they finished the last.
We came, we saw, we conquered, and we're here to do it all again.
Well, after Tavares, this is how the leaderboard looks. We've got Team Barbados at the very top, just 11 points behind them, Team Crime Line, and only 6 points behind them, we've got Visit Jacksonville, with Penthouse Spirits wrapping out the top 4. So who's it going to be to knock the Brits off the top of that table?
Well, Team Barbados is pretty good, but from Wales. But we're gonna, do what the Kiwis do best and beat the Welsh.
They're good. They have every right to say what they're saying. We didn't do so good the first race. We found the problems, but we've come back here. We're racers, so we've come back here and expect to win again.
We noticed this are really tough competitors. The only way to beat a really tough competitor is be home, do your homework, practice, train, make improvements to the boat. That's the way how you do it.
So Team Barbados talking a pretty big game for the weekend. What do you have to say for Frank and Al's Pizza?
Bring it on. I mean, we had a lot. We had a learning curve. First race we weren't quite prepared. I overdrove the boat, but we've had a lot of practice time and we've been watching them, and I think we got something for them today.
The crews are getting ready for their first taste of East Lake Toho. And we're here with powerboat racer and our commentator, Martin Sanborn. The conditions are looking flat and calm out there today. Now, what's the secret to a fast lap time?
Well, the reality on this lake is it can get blown out pretty easily, but it's really going to be important to see what the water conditions are from the boat ahead of you. That's really going to have more impact probably than any other conditions. But if this lake gets blown out, it can be bumpy and nasty no matter what, but sometimes a storm blows through and completely turns it into glass. So I think the number one thing is going to be watching who's in front of you tearing up the water, and the rest is going to be picking a good line. Let's take a look at the race course here in St. Cloud. 2.23 miles counterclockwise rotation right out of the start-finish line. They've got 2 left-hand turns, setting them up for a right-hand sweeper. Then it's off to the north end of the course for turn 4, 5, and 6, and the long straightaway back towards the start-finish line in the final turn 7.
So we got the usual 5 races. That's 20 points for a win, 17 for second, and so on. A maximum of 100 points if you take all 5 races. So now we've got 2 races back-to-back, calm conditions but hot weather, which can be tough on the crews.
Race control to pace boat 1.
Go ahead.
You have an all clear from race control. You may take the boats out and get started.
Roger that.
As the boats line up for heat number 1 here in St. Cloud, Florida, Team Geico gets an early jump between races, clearly getting that boat dialed in, and a side-by-side battle through the entire heat between Team Boat Wrench and Frank and Al's Pizza Racing on the inside. After 6 laps, it was Team Geico taking their first checkered flag in the P1 SuperStock Championship Series. Let's take a look at the results for heat number 1. Team Geico takes the win, followed by Boat Wrench in second, Frank and Al's Pizza Racing, followed by Team Barbados, Visit Jacksonville, and Explode Marketing.
All Panthers, this is race control. Please hold your lines during the start. Please hold your lines during the start.
And the boats are lined up for heat number 2 here in St. Cloud. They start in the inverse order from their previous finish positions. That puts Penthouse Spirits on the inside lane and Team Geico on the outside as they make their long run on the long straightaway towards turn 7, rounding across the start-finish line for the first time. The entire fleet completely lined up as they make their way towards turn 7. Visit Jacksonville with a slight edge over Team Barbados. Frank and Al's Pizza, and then moving out to the outside is Boat Wrench and Geico, but it's going to be Visit Jacksonville crossing the start-finish line first, with Explode Marketing on the inside and Team Barbados on the outside as we go on board Halloween Megastore as they make their way around turn 1. They're in that sloppy water, getting sprayed down. Team Explode Marketing riding right over the top of the wake of Team Visit Jacksonville, but Visit Jacksonville out front, making their way towards the final left-hand turn before the right-hander heading towards the north end of the course. Visit Jacksonville followed by Explode Marketing and Team Boat Wrench. George Ivy and Cynthia Belfato as they easily all clear the right-hand turn. Back on board Halloween Megastore as they go to the outside trying to find some clean water. They dive back behind the inside of Explode Marketing. Setting themselves up for that turn. Explode Marketing is able to hold the line. Explode Marketing is Mark Neiman and Francis Suitz. But out front continues to be Team Visit Jacksonville, George Ivy and Cynthia Belfato, as we go on board with Team Barbados. James Norville and Christian Young. James Norville on the wheel. Christian looking around, telling James where he can pick the best line, letting him know where the competition is. And our leaderboard right now, Visit Jacksonville out front. Explode Marketing in second place, followed by Team Barbados as they head towards the start-finish line. Team Barbados trying to make a move on the outside. They look like they were able to carry a little bit more speed on that back straightaway as they head towards turn 1. Out front, Visit Jacksonville. They are able to pick the clean water. That makes it a lot easier. You can see the entire fleet is within 2 or 3 seconds. As we look at Explode Marketing is now on the inside as Team Barbados goes to the outside. Barbados picks a straighter line. Explode Marketing overshoots the turn. They were actually following Visit Jacksonville. That allowed Team Barbados to shorten the gap. Team Barbados now dives in behind Visit Jacksonville. They're now challenging for the lead. Team Barbados on the inside. They're on the north end of that race course. That error gave them a huge advantage as they close the gap on Visit Jacksonville. As they head towards the big sweeping left-hand turn at the end of the straightaway, crossing the start-finish line, they are side by side. Team Barbados trying to nose out Visit Jacksonville. They are deck to deck. Visit Jacksonville has them by half of a boat length. There's not 3 feet between those two boats as they move down that straightaway at 70 miles an hour. See Team Barbados just inching up alongside Visit Jacksonville as they're back up on the north end of the race course. Team Barbados on the inside. They have the inside lane. They have nosed just slightly ahead of Team Visit Jacksonville. Visit Jacksonville on the outside, able to carry a little bit more speed. But as they head towards the start-finish line, Team Barbados just noses out ahead of Visit Jacksonville. Now they have half a boat length lead as they head towards the start-finish line. James Norville and Christian Young as they just creep by Visit Jacksonville. That is George Ivy and Cynthia Belfato. What a great deck-to-deck battle. You could not put a boat between those two. They are so close together. James Norville and Christian Young, they are the defending champions in the P1 SuperStock Series, having won here in the U.S. and in the UK. They are here from Wales, competing in St. Cloud, Florida. They have the inside edge as they push Visit Jacksonville a little bit wide. Team Geico sweeps wide, trying to carry as much speed as they can. Team Barbados now has a boat length lead over Visit Jacksonville. Geico in third place. Team Barbados, once they get clean water, they are very tough to beat on this white flag lap. And here they come towards the start-finish line, Christian Young and James Norville. They will take the win here in heat number 2, followed by Visit Jacksonville on the inside and Team Geico on the outside. So Team Barbados pulls to the inside and they take the win here in heat number 2. Let's take a look at the results for heat number 2 here in St. Cloud. The win goes to Team Barbados, followed by Visit Jacksonville, Geico, Explode Marketing, Halloween Megastore, and Boat Wrench.
So, confirmation of the points from the first 2 races. At the very top, we've got Team Geico with 35 points. Just on their tail, we've got Team Barbados with 34. And in third place with 30 points, Visit Jacksonville.
The first race, we had a great start. And we were able to dictate the race basically how I wanted, and William was phenomenal, telling me where everybody was.
I feel like it's very important to let them know where the boats are, both on the inside and the outside, and how far they are behind. And I'm looking forward to the next couple races.
Join us right after the break, where we've got 3 more races and more high-speed deck-to-deck action. Welcome back to the St. Cloud Kissimmee Grand Prix of the Sea. We still have 3 races to go, with Team Barbados in second, just behind Team Geico. Will they be able to take them in the last 3? So let's head over to our race commentary with Martin Sanborn.
And the teams are lined up for heat number 3 of 5 here in St. Cloud, Florida. They line up in the opposite from where they finished in the final heat, and right out to an early jump was Team Boat Wrench. Gary Harris and the Flying Kiwi Richie Webster led from flag to flag, but a penalty was assessed, taking the win away from them. Let's take a look at the results as they go officially. Geico takes the win, followed by Team Barbados, Visit Jacksonville, Halloween Megastore, Explode Marketing, and Frankenel's Pizza Racing. Once again, the boats line up in the opposite order from their last finish for our 4th of 5 heats here in St. Cloud, Florida. Frankenel's Pizza gets off to a good jump with Frank Silva and Tony Iamata. And they had Geico on their inside, and Geico challenged the entire heat, but finally squeaks by at the end, and Geico takes the win in heat number 4. And here are the results for heat number 4. Geico takes the win, followed by Frankenel's Pizza and Visit Jacksonville.
If everyone got the lineup, please raise your hands.
With 1 more race to go, let's hand it over to Martin Sanborn.
Thanks, Deanna. We have a green flag. We are underway for our 5th and final heat here in St. Cloud, Florida. Team Geico on the outside. After winning the last heat, they start on the outside for this one as the fleet makes their way towards turn 1. On the inside, Penthouse Spirits, they've had a tough weekend. Started on the inside lane every heat, but not able to get up into the front of the pack. Team Geico coming up hard on the extreme outside. Frankenel's Pizza next to them, followed by Visit Jacksonville, then Team Boat Wrench. As they make their way towards turn 1, Team Boat Wrench trying to nose ahead, as it looks like they have the lead, but Geico on the outside has just a slight edge. Visit Jacksonville goes all the way to the outside, cuts across the wakes of the entire fleet, trying to set themselves up for the big left-hand turn at the south end of the course. Boat Wrench now pulls up side by side with Team Geico. And they have that inside lane that should give them first position as they cross the start-finish line. But Team Barbados has dove to the inside. Barbados now side by side with Team Geico, as Boat Wrench comes by in the lead, followed by Team Geico and Team Barbados, all within a second of each other, as they make their way around turn 2, heading towards the right-hander. Team Boat Wrench out front. Geico side by side with Team Barbados. Geico's out front overall for the weekend. They have just got to stay up in the hunt. Team Barbados currently running in second place, and they are in second place for the weekend, as they're side by side with Team Geico as they make their way towards the right-hand turn. Team Geico catching a little bit of spray there. But you can see how close these boats are. You could not put a boat between them. 2 feet separate these boats at 70 miles an hour. Team Boat Wrench out front. Team Geico just a nose ahead of Team Barbados. Craig Wilson and William Enriquez in Team Geico. Team Barbados has that inside edge, and they're going to use it to their advantage. But these are two very experienced teams right now. Team Geico just now a nose ahead of Barbados as they make their way down the back straightaway. Heading towards the south, making that turn at turn 7 to cross the start-finish line. See James Norville just looking over to check that margin. But he has the inside line as they head towards turn 7. James Norville and Christian Young, they are on the inside as they squeeze Geico just a little bit to the outside at turn 7, but they are deck to deck as they cross the start-finish line. Team Geico just a nose ahead of Team Barbados. As they make the turn, let's see if Geico can carry a little bit of speed. They are literally too close to call as they come by our vantage point at the grandstands. As we go on board the triple nickel of Frank and Al's Pizza Racing, Frank Silva and Tony Ayamada. As Geico punches through the wake of Team Barbados on that right-hander, and they now move out into the lead. But Team Barbados is on the inside. Let's see if Geico can get a full 2 boat lengths before they can take that lane away going towards turn 4, 5, and 6 on the north end of the race course. Team Barbados dives to the outside. They're going to try to sweep and dive back into the inside. And they do. They dive in back behind Team Geico, trying to carry all the speed they can. But Team Geico made their move at the right-hander, and now they are in second place. But they've got a long way to go to get to the transom of Team Boat Wrench that is way out front right now. But Team Geico does not need to win this heat to win the overall weekend. Team Boat Wrench out front right now. Gary Harris and the Flying Kiwi, Richie Webster, they are out front in this 5th and final heat here in St. Cloud. Geico sitting into the points lead for this weekend as they go into this final heat. Team Boat Wrench out front. After the penalty was assessed in a previous heat, these guys looking to redeem themselves. And they are out front right now, way ahead of Team Geico and Team Barbados as Team Boat Wrench crosses our vantage point at the grandstands on the south end of the race course. But look at this battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Visit Jacksonville just ahead of Team Halloween Megastore and Explode Marketing on the inside. Halloween Megastore slams the door on Explode Marketing, and then he has to jump back through the wake. He's now driving right in the rooster tail, getting completely hosed down as he goes into turn 2. Visit Jacksonville with George Ivey and Cynthia Belfato. Currently running in 4th position. Halloween Megastore in 5th. Explode Marketing in 6th position. Halloween Megastore is Walt Cox and Jamie Cantor as we look at Explode Marketing with Mark Neiman and Francis Suitz. Number 17, the Crime Line boat, had some fuel problems in the first 2 heats, didn't even make the starts. They are now out on the race course. That's our father and son team from New Jersey, Jeff and Eric Jacobs. Looking back at Explode Marketing right now, trying to run down Halloween Megastore and Visit Jacksonville. As you can see the gap between Halloween Megastore and Explode Marketing. Oh, and Team Penthouse Spirits is out of the race. They've had a rough weekend all weekend long, but they are now off plane. As Team Boat Wrench comes by, continuing to lead, Richie Webster and Gary Harris. On board the number 15 Boat Wrench, and the white flag is out. We are on the final lap. Team Geico coming by in 2nd place behind the Team Boat Wrench boat. It is the Boat Wrench team that keeps all of these Evinrude E-Tech engines running smoothly, keeping everybody fair. Rob, Mark, and Angel at Boat Wrench in Longwood. As Frank and Al's Pizza Racing goes by, followed by Visit Jacksonville. On this final lap here in St. Cloud, final lap of the final heat. Out front, Team Boat Wrench, 2nd place, Team Geico. As Frank and Al's makes their way towards the right-hander, currently running in 4th place. As we go back on board Team Barbados, currently sitting in 3rd place, James Norville and Christian Young. Christian looking back to check out that margin to the 4th place boat, Frankenhouse Pizza Racing. As Team Boat Wrench is out front on the north end of the race course, 2 turns to go before they get to the checkered flag. 2nd place right now is Geico. But Geico is slowing down. What is going on with Geico? They have lost some speed. And Team Barbados drives by them, moving Geico into 3rd place. They are definitely dropping power on the back straightaway. Last straightaway, here comes Frankenhouse Pizza Racing. They are going to get by. Geico now going to drop down to 4th place. As the Boat Wrench boat comes across the start-finish line, they take the checkered flag and the win in this final heat here in St. Cloud.
But that's not how you want to finish the last one.
Let's take a look at our race results here in heat number 5 in St. Cloud. The win goes to Team Boat Wrench with Gary Harris and the Flying Kiwi Richie Webster. 2nd goes to Team Barbados, followed by Frankenhouse Pizza, Visit Jacksonville, Halloween Megastore, and Crime Line.
When Geico got together with us to do the P1 SuperStock, we said we're going to go and win the championship overall. And like I said, we came out here to win. We're racers, and that's what we want to do.
Once all the points are tallied, Geico Racing still takes the win, even though they had a problem in that final heat. Team Barbados comes in 2nd, and Visit Jacksonville comes in 3rd. But the overall championship is about points from each round. And here's where we sit right now after 2 rounds. Team Barbados is out front in the overall championship, followed by Visit Jacksonville, Geico, Halloween Megastore, Frankenhouse Pizza Racing, and Penthouse Spirits.
Another great day with some really tight racing. Next up, the Panthers will be in the home of the Jaguars, Jacksonville, Florida.